Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
Tasmai Shri.
No, Tasmai Shri.
Tasmai Shri.
Tasmai Shri.
Tasmai Shri.
Guruve Namaha. Guruve Namaha. Guruve Namaha. Let's do it. We can all do it together so I can hear. Okay? So now we're going to do a new chant. Okay.
Vishwavedaha, Swasti
नोतार्क्ष्यो
स्वस्ति नोतार्क्ष्यो
अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ
शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
ॐ नमो ब्रह्मणे नमो अस्त्वग्नये नमः पृथिव्यै नम ओषधीभ्यः नमो वाचे नमो वाचस्पतये नमो विष्णवे बृहते करोमि शान्ति 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 ॐ तच्छयोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजम् षण्णो अस्तु द्विपदे षञ्चतुष्पदे ॐ
शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
ॐ यश्छन्दसा वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्यो अमृता स्तम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवदारणो भूयासम् शरीरं मे विचर्षणम् जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमाम् कर्णां व्याम्बूरिविश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय ॐ शान्ति
शान्ति शान्ति
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते
शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति
शान्ति शान्ति
ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं Amritam Gamaya.
Amritam Gamaya.
Om
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Om Pranamasya.
Om Pranamasya.
Brahmarshi.
Parabrahmarshi.
Paramatma Devata.
Paramatma Devata.
Devi Gayatri Chandaha.
Devi Gayatri Chandaha.
Pranayame Viyogaha.
Pranayame Vinyogaha.
Om Bhu Om Bhuvaha Om Suvaha Om Maha Om Jana Om Tapa Om Satyam.
Om Bhu Om Bhuvaha Om Swaha Om Maha Om Janaha Om Tapaha Om Satyam.
Om Tat Savitavarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayatu.
Om Tatsavivarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayatu.
Om Apo Jyotiraso Amritam Brahma Bhurvuvaswaro.
Om Apo Jyotiraso Amritam Brahma Bhurvuvaswaro.
Om Bhu Om Bhuva Om Suva Om Maha Om Jana Om Tapa Om Satyam. Om Tat Savitavarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayatu. Om Apo Jyotiraso Amritam Brahma Bhurvuvaswaro.
Om Bhu Om Bhuvaha Om Swaha Om Maha Om Janaha Om Tapaha Om Satyam. Om Tatsavivarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayatu. Om Apo Jyotiraso Amritam Brahma Bhurvuvaswaro.
Om Shanti
Shanti, Shanti.
Om Swasti Prajabhyam Paripalayantam.
Om Swasti Prajabhyam Paripalayantam.
Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahimshaha.
Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahimshaha.
Go Brahmanebhyascha Shubhamastu Nityam.
Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam.
Loka Samasta
Loka Samasta
Sukhino Bhavantu.
Sukhino Bhavantu.
Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu.
Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu.
Samasta Sanmangalani Santu.
Samasta Sanmangalani Santu.
Loka Kalyana Samruddhirastu.
Loka Kalyana Samruddhirastu.
Vishwashantirastu.
Vishwashantirastu.
Om
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Om Vratyajasama Savyadi Samasrashtativachastoma Mastakaya Manasakalopanishasara Sarva Swabhutaihi Mukshunam Avidyavatapapi Satyo Vidyodayakare Anavadyai Satarudriya Mahamantraihi Sadaram Samstuyamanaha Sarvajya Sarvasakti Sarvantaryami Bhagavan Sarvamangalajanihi Sarvalokanam Mangalamangalaparam Garirugriniyamite Bhavanto Mahanto Nandhanto. Om Ketani Hava Amritasya Namadeyani Ityadi Japalopanishassamastita Moksha Sadhanata Kashatrudriya Shabdavakya Sri Rudro Parishutpatipadyaman Nirupamana Nama Mahima Sahasrani Sahasrataha Ityadi Shuchidikumbara Gora Gora Murtijyadurshashtaha Prakristaishwarya Shali Bhagavan Ashtamurtihi Dushtantaratma Nikila Shishta Jana Bhishta Pusti Prado Bhuyaditi Bhavanto Mahanto Nadinhanto Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Sanmangalani Santu Loka Kalyana Samriddhi Rastu Vishwashanti Rastu. Om Shanti Shanti
Shanti.
Thank you, everybody. Do you have any question for the day?
I wanted to ask, when teaching something, how can we know that where to stop in this asana or how many breaths to take?
What is this way? What is that?
When teaching, how can we tell where to stop someone?
In the asana? Or
Yes, in which asana.
Uh-huh.
And for how long someone has to stay in one?
One posture?
Yes, also.
You start with this small amount of that, sometimes it depends on what kind of a body, physical. So some are very limber, some are not. People who are a little bit stiff, ask them to stay at least 10 to 15 deep breath in every posture. Okay? So our body will start working now. The people who are already limber, able to do it, they should at least 10 deep breath in every posture. So your body reacts after the fifth breath.
After the fifth.
After the fifth breath, your body starts reacting to the posture. See? So what we do is, before the fifth breath, we jump back or jump through, then it is about to catch, then we lost it. So that's why you have to stira indriya dharanam. Stira means you got to stay. Indriya dharana, that means you have to dedicate it, devote it, stira sitting, and vijaya, everything. That you will get the benefit from that asana.
Yeah. And how can we understand that he has to go to the next pose? Some people cannot do one.
Right.
The pose cannot do the Marityasana.
Yeah, because we have to give them other posture to work on. Because see, there are so many postures in second part, intermediate. So if you have some postures problem in the first primary, so you can always pick some postures from the second part and make them do it. Because sometimes they have a stiff back or stiff hip, or but the second part has a more for the lower back, you see, the open side. So if you are having a hard time doing the Maritasana C and D, you can show them to do Bharadwajasana or the Matsyadrasana in intermediate posture. So that will loosen the side. It's all about the therapy. Yoga is a therapy, totally therapy. It's not like you got to exercise every day. It's a perfect therapy. You sit. It's like you're going into the meditation actually. Then slowly the body will start cooperating.
And I've seen people teaching different same sequence. Some people learn it in 1 week, 1 month. Some people take 1 year to complete the
No, it doesn't matter. It's no time. So there is so many asanas, so little time. So you can't rush yourself in the yoga. You have to slowly go. It's like riding a horse. Slow and steady is the race. You just keep on going. You see, teaching yoga and practicing your own, there are two different things. You see, teaching technique is always observation of the body. Then you see, how can I help this person? This is psychology. That he can do. Some people think if they can do postures easy, they think everybody has to do the same way. But they're wrong. Then they try to push them into the posture. Then they hurt them. You see. That's why you have to understand the anatomy and the physiology of the yoga is always very important, how to operate.
So what do you do with injuries? Like on yourself and on other people? How do you treat injuries?
Injury one you cause, some people. Well, there is no injuries in yoga. It's the injuries from the bad teachers. You see, they don't understand the person how much you can take. They just keep pushing, and they hurt them. You see, there is no injury in yoga. There is no such thing as yoga injury. Yoga is the healing process. It's not injuring people. The bad people will do that. Yeah, go, you can go. Something was wrong, and you can't walk for a month, 2 months. Other than injury from yoga, so quit doing practice and start hating yoga.
But like if I have an injury, if an injury, I injure myself in an asana.
In an asana?
Yeah, myself.
Uh-huh.
If I do it to myself.
First of all, try not to hurt yourself.
I think it happens.
Now, well, if you push beyond the limit, it will happen. So you should know your limitation. Alright? So everybody should know their limitation in that push. So that's why the teacher will make sure the sciaticas are relaxed before you push them down. And slowly push until there is no reaction from the person. That means they are doing okay. Just don't go push like this.
That is pride, that's not determination.
Yeah.
From yesterday.
Yeah.
If I push too much where I can't do, then that's pride, isn't it?
Yeah, with the determination, you should know your limits too at the same time.
Okay.
It's a combination like a music. You have to know all the strings where to pull the strings, you know.
It continues to what you said. You actually say that it doesn't matter for beginners to go first serious, then to complete all serious, and then to go to the second. We can combine them together in order to heal the person and to.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter if a man or a woman practice 1 month, 2 months, 1 year. They can practice all serious as much as they can.
Yeah, you can mix things together because that's how you open the body up. Because all the yoga postures is not from one book in the world world. It is from many different sources. Then you take the source and they put all together. Then you make this, like they go through like a research. It's all about what the Pratama, Dvitiya and Tritiya, that's the 3 parts. Pratama is the first primary, Dvitiya is the intermediate, Tritiya is called as number 3rd. Say Nadi Shodhana, Yoga Chikitsa, Nadi Shodhana and the Sthira Bhava. Sthira means balancing, it is 3rd one. Some people can balance really good, they don't have to go through Surya Namaskar. And some people can do that, but they don't have to do anything else. Because their body, the way it is engineered. So some people come to you, because when I do these workshops, sometimes I change from primary to the intermediate. A lot of people never done that before. Then they do much better with the intermediate than the first one. Because then they will say, oh my God, my teacher told me, are you doing the second part? I say, yes, we are doing the second part. Oh, my teacher told me, never can do the second part until you come from the first one.
Yeah.
Then now your teacher is absolutely 100% wrong. See, the body, that's how you make it. It's okay. In yoga, it is called mandala. Mandala means the circle. You see, you go this way, it doesn't work, you go the other way around to get to the dot. So, all these things are made up rules. Somebody comes up with, oh, yeah, you got to do it. No. Your practice is slow mostly. And there is no sin.
What do you think about meditation? We didn't practice whole week together meditation. Are you recommend to practice meditation? What is it?
You are doing the meditation. Yoga asanas is a meditation.
I'm saying about the sitting one.
Sitting,
silent. No, sitting silent. Is that part of the sadhana of a yogi or?
It depends on how you want to do it. Because every meditation does not mean you are supposed to be sitting and do the meditation. You see, you can lay down and do the meditation.
Yeah.
When you do this shavasana at the end, you can do the meditation in this part. Because when you sit for the meditation, you have to feel completely comfortable with your body. So that's how you get off that. So what is the meditation? It is try to bring your mind very calm. That's what it is, the whole practice. So when you're practicing your life, slowly your mind will start changing. So then at the end, you can just, if you can able to sit for a half hour, you can do this half lotus. You don't have to be, it's called Buddhasana, just like that, meditation. Or you can do this shavasana at the end, you can just do it. You'll all have the same benefit.
And just a question about the question. It's perhaps discussion about the breathing. I experimented a lot with the frequencies. The inhalation, exhalation, I tried with 20 second or some long inhalation, exhalation during one posture to next posture and short. And I also tried it with breath holding. I mean, in Ashtanga Vinyasa there is no breath holding.
No.
But behind it, I tried it, and it was interesting because I relaxed much more, many asanas. I managed to come deeper into it through the breath. I don't know the reason. I don't know if it's good, but I tried it. I mean, after, when I was breathing, I came also again into the posture. I mean, I was looking for this breath holding into the position around the books.
You're not supposed to hold the breath in a position.
Yeah, this is what I was reading in the book, and it was
What is the pranayama, breath holding?
Just in the sitting.
Kumbhaka. It's called
Yeah.
Kumbhaka. Kumbhaka is
Yeah, this.
only when you do the pranayama, not during the practice. But in the practice, inhale, exhale,
Inhale.
That's the body movement, I suppose.
And I saw also a few teachers teaching this with the breath holding in the position with full exhalation or full inhalation. I mean, it was interesting, but I didn't understood it was
Like
different.
I'm telling you, a lot of the teachers, they make up things.
Yeah.
None of them are true. They make up different things. They count, you gotta keep the leg like this, leg like this.
Uh-huh.
Yoga said, just keep the leg. Just breathe. That's what it says. Straightforward. And all these people that make up their own ideas, rules, which I really don't care if. I just carry on with what I learned, which makes complete sense. It's not all from straight from the book, old book. The Krishnamacharya, Pattabhi Jois, Manju Jois, and the whole family. So every time I hear other people talk about different stuff, I want to hear about all these things, and it's just too much. So, keep it the way it is, and there will be no confusion. There's Rechaka, Puraka, Kumbhaka, only three. Inhale, exhale, and hold the breath. And then, and also, everything has to be mathematically done. Everything is in geometry, that's all we are doing. So, if you say do this circle, it should be absolutely circle. It's not like it's looking like an egg. Somebody said, no, you gotta look like that. That looks like an egg to me. It's not a zero. There's no egg in geometry. So everything is actually very mathematical. So if you follow that far, that's why you always have to find a right teacher, who has the knowledge of the yoga. Then everybody can go to Mysore for 3 months and come back. Okay, I've been to Mysore, know all about yoga. No, you don't know nothing about it. It takes a lot of practice. You got to read, understand, study with the masters, and then slowly beginning to know yourself. So everybody goes, have a certificate, authorization, and they become teachers. And they will say, okay, now I have the authorization. Now I'm going to change something here.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I know the whole point is 99% practice, 1% theory.
Yes.
What's your suggestion on that 1%?
See, because a lot of people just talk about it, more talk and less rock. So 90% of 1% means the philosophy will come to you at the end. Just 90% is practice. Practice and practice and practice. So more rock, no talk.
Do you have any suggestions on that 1%, or is it something that just comes from
It
observing
comes from
practice?
it is part of the journey of yoga. When you start practicing yoga, your thoughts start changing in a different way. That's why when the philosopher comes, everybody goes through this transcendental meditation thing. They go to meditation and everything that comes, everybody comes up with a different answers. So that's why it has to be your own experience when you practice. So you come up with it. Somebody say, my philosophy about yoga is like it's good. It's just an exercise. Yeah, that's what you are thinking. That's just an exercise. But you're not completely open to see what is inside. It's just like opening up the Pandora's box. And once you open it up, you say, "Oh my God, what is this?" To get there, it takes a lot of work. So you have to be concentrated and working, and without expectations. You should not keep on expecting things to happen, because the more and more expectation people have, then more and more disappointment they have to face. So always there is two things, positive, negative, and then happiness and sadness. Birth and death, this always follows each other. So if you come out of it, then you are the happiest person on the planet. To achieve that, it takes a lot of work. You have to keep on working. No expectation.
But basically, I concentrated in the last perhaps 1 year more on the breathing in the Ashtanga during my teaching, and I had the feeling that the people feel really more comfortable when they just concentrate first on breathing, on grounding, and then they do, because I noticed, I don't know if my observation is good or not, but I had the feeling that they are much more free in the movement. Because when you say them position, they are like, they concentrate so on the focus, on the asana, that they lose the connection. But when I say them breathing, the eyes calm down, then they find easier the flow, and then the position easier come. I don't know, is it good? The approach, or this way to...
I don't know either.
Yeah. Good.
I don't know, it's good. For different people, different ideas, thoughts.
Yeah, I think it's...
My thoughts are just do it. I think the philosophy of this, you have higher expectation, you have the biggest, you're going to fail everything, because the expectations always comes to you. And that is working. I did 10 years of yoga, I was going on. That's one girl asked me in New York, she never came to my class. She touched here and there, this school 1 month, in another place, another month, everywhere, running around. But she always comes for this, at the end session, question and answer time she shows up all the time. And she was sitting on there. They were interviewing me for some magazine in New York, and then she came to the class, and she was asked, "Manju, I don't understand. I'm practicing yoga for 20 years. That seems to go anywhere." Then I said, "Where do you try to go?" So she said, "What?" She said, I want to know, where do you want trying to go? Then she just said a little bit, okay. I said, "Let me tell you, Regina, you don't stick with one thing. You just wander around. I never see you in my workshop. You never my class when I'm teaching yoga. You will be doing something else." The question and answer period, she always comes in and she asks us dumbest questions. So she's not focusing on one thing. That's 90% of talking and 1% of working.
This series, have been from your father or Samataya or before?
Actually, my father did the research. That's why it's called Ashtanga. We have a research institute. And he put all the pastors together. But if you look at the facilitators, it is not in order. Or just look at the details in that book, it is not in order. There are here and pastors here and pastors here and pastors. So my father did the research about all this, and he put together all these quantum ideas here.
when we hear that the system is very old, it means it's very old, not the serious, but inside the Banda.
Yeah. No, Banda is always there. They used to teach all those things, but the sequence is not there before. It's the sequence is like today you go to teach you Navasana, and then next class they will show you like a Pranayama or something like that. And then my father took all the postures and he went according to the book, what does what, so he went all this Asana, Tarasana, Pranayama, Trikonasana, all this putting in one category. And then he never said, you have to finish this before you go to that. He never did that because we never learned like that. We learned anything we want from that. So today I feel like trying this posture, do like an intermediate posture or advanced posture, that he's always encouraging doing. It's not like a. Then it became a military, every class you go in the West, they think they're like the soldiers. Here comes, what are you looking? Take the smell out of your face. That's not what to teach. Yoga is not a military. It is a sharing thing. You share with your people. That's what makes it beautiful. Then you want to go back to the yoga class. Like in places like the big cities, people go to the yoga class to release the stress and then walk out with a lot of stress. So there is no release. They put a lot of stress because of too much pressure on them, so they can't handle it. So that's why you have to be relaxed. In the olden times, when I was going to the school, we loved to go back to the school because the teachers were so good. Every subject we studied was science, mathematics, or whatever. We want to go back to the school because the teachers always were very relaxed, and then they don't immediately start with the subject we are supposed to study, and they will start with a nice joke. Some commentary, everybody is laughing and everything, relaxed. Then there was don't you think we have to do some work today? Then there was science or whatever. So we can able to remember all those things because the Vedas created the situation to make students to understand through the story like. All the Indian teachings come from the story, like Ramayana, Mahabharata. It's all the morals, and see how you learn things. See, it's always easy to learn things, either the music or the story. They're always easy like that. So that's how they used to teach. So the student is the same way like that in Indian schools. They tell you the story in the table. It's like the greatest yogi, his name was Sadashiva Brahmana Saraswati. This man is beyond everything, just beyond. He's always walking around naked, but he never realizes he's naked, but he doesn't know what his naked means. You see, he was beyond that. And he will show up in different places, and then all these people, all these kids were following him around. They thought this guy's crazy, and throwing the rock at him, and then, but none of the rock touched him. Yes, none of the rock touched him. Never injured him. And he was just walking and they say, hey, did you see that one? I threw the rock at this man, he did not want to him. There must be something to this guy. And the kids all got very curious. And they go to him and they say, hello. And he says, hello, yes, yes. Don't you, do you know you're naked? He said, naked? What do you mean? What is naked? And I said, oh, this guy, I don't know. Something wrong with this guy. Then he said, hey, how do you like to go to Benares? What? Benares is like 1,000 miles away from here. Then he said, yes, you want to go? Then they said, yes. And he said, all right, everybody, close your eyes right now. And they all closed their eyes. And she was, okay, open the eyes. So open the eyes, and there they are, in Benares. All the kids, they could not believe it. Oh, God, how this happened? How this happened? Then there's a couple of kids that said, oh, we got to go home, our parents are going to get mad, so a little bit bring us home because they're scared. Because and they said, yeah, sure, you'll be home by the time, no problem. Close the eyes again, close, open, yeah, they're in their town. And the kids say, hey, this guy is something, he has some power. So then they start following them around. And they went home and I told the parents, guess what, we were in Banaras. Parents look at this, Banaras. That's like 1,000 kilometers from here. And they said, no, that man took us there. They showed this guy. And they said, oh my God, this guy is a madman, don't hang around with this guy. And everybody's trying not to encourage the children to go by him. But there was one proud parent that said, okay, you're in Banaras, I believe you that. And then tomorrow, why don't you ask him to take you? There's a special place in India, it is called Tirupati. And it is, the temple is on the 7th hill, and you gotta go round and round and round. And there's the only temple they give you a sweet, which is a very special, that's the only temple in India you can get it, nowhere else. And the parents said, yeah, why don't you ask him to take you to the party, then bring me some of the special thing from there. And they, oh yes, that's great. And they go, then ask the guy, can you take us to the party? And I said, oh sure, let's go. Then the same things. Open the eyes and close the eyes. Kid will come home. A special sweet. Then they realize, oh my God, this guy is beyond. Then they try to look for him, he's gone. There's a hallucination of the Jews, he's gone. That's what the other will take you, that kind of state of mind. He wrote a lot of books, it's all in the old. My father used to have all his books. It's so fragile, you can touch everything, it falls apart. It's an old book. So in that one, he was said that how the mind, human mind works is, so that's what yoga will do, slowly purifies the whole system in your body, then works towards the mind. And that's why it takes a long time to practice. You don't expect nothing from practicing yoga, you just keep on doing it. Then slowly things will start happening.
How about feelings, Manju? If there are feelings in the practice, what do you do something or?
What feelings?
I don't know, anger, sadness,
But I said,
happiness.
when it's not working, they all come out.
Yeah.
Today you hate the yoga, tomorrow you hate this, hate that, but you never give up the carpet. See? I had a student, old man, his wife started yoga. And then they were both university professors in San Diego. And then she started bringing her husband to yoga. He's an old man, grouchy, he doesn't want to do yoga. But she said, she was insistent on bringing him to yoga. And then every time he does yoga, I just start cursing. She was, shut up man, you just practice. Don't curse you. But he was just quiet. Practicing yoga. Then one time I said to Trisha, why are you bringing him here for? He doesn't like doing yoga. He was in a set position like this, like that. He was breathing. If you don't want to do yoga, don't bring him here. He doesn't like yoga. Then he looked at me like that. That's how I practice my yoga. That gives me a little bit that. So he always comes with his wife, then sometimes his wife used to go to Ireland, she's an artist. He never used to show up. Then what is that? He starts showing up without her. That's the big difference. Hey Manny, I thought you never come without Patricia. I said, oh, why not can I come? I said, well, you never used to come. I said, no, I want to practice every day now. It took him like a year to get there. So, that was when you start practicing yoga, it brings out a lot of things out of your head. That's how that is the process, the purification. Fall in love, fall out of love. It's all feelings. It's just a momentary thing. Everything is an illusion. Everything is like an illusion. It is there, but it is not really there. So that's why they start getting practicing more and more yoga and the benders and the pranayama. It slowly brings all together. It makes sense. It's all illusion. Okay, everybody, thank you very much.
And I feel announced that we made the book of Manju.
Oh,
So whoever wants to buy it, is it €20? How much is it?
20 years.